Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Vasudeva said, "My Lord, you are the supreme person beyond material existence, and you are the super soul. Your form can be perceived by transcendental knowledge, by which you can be understood as the supreme personality of Godhead. I now understand your position perfectly." Purport. Within Vasudeva's heart, affection for his son and knowledge of the Supreme Lord's transcendental nature both awakened. In the beginning, Vasudeva thought, "Such a beautiful child has been born, but now Kansa will come and kill him." But when he understood that this was not an ordinary child, but the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he became fearless. Regarding his son as the Supreme Lord, wonderful in everything, he began offering prayers appropriate for the Supreme Lord. Completely free from fear of Kansa's atrocities, he accepted the child simultaneously as an object of affection, as an object of worship by the prayers. So we are discussing the section from Srimad Bhagavatam where Krishna appeared in the prison house of Kansa. And we see how Vasudeva and Devaki are so unmotivated, unalloyed in their devotion to Krishna. Generally, when we pray to Krishna, when we worship Krishna, we all think that we should be in the environment favorable to our Krishna consciousness, where there are so many devotees chanting and dancing together, we take darshan of the deities, we have nice prasadam, everything. But Vasudeva and Devaki are in such unfavorable situation in the prison house. And they are going through so many problems. Sometimes people even ask that when Kansa was killing their children one by one, why they were giving birth to more children? It's so heartbreaking for parents to see. The newly born baby of even animals are so tender and soft. Even to look at newly born baby of animals, we feel compassionate and love for them, affection for them. And here, Vasudeva and Devaki are giving birth to children, and Kansa with all his power is smashing them on the stone and killing them. It's so heartbreaking for the parents. But still they are continuing to give birth to one after another children, because they knew this is what Krishna wanted. There were two levels of understanding in this. The highest is Krishna wanted, so we have to do it. And second is because it will also benefit others. If my austerities can become a facility for others, that is Vaishnava's understanding. Vaishnavas are para dukkha dukhi. By seeing others distressed, they become distressed. So here Vasudeva and Devaki are thinking, okay, we are going through all this trauma, we are going through all these problems, but if Krishna appears, then everybody will be happy. So let us go through this. This is devotee's attitude. Like in Mahabharata, we see one of the major, I would say most misunderstood character is Bhishma Dev. Because people who read Mahabharata from a very political mindset, they feel that Bhishma Dev was siding adharma. And he was doing all wrong things. And actually he was not doing personally, but he's allowing all wrong things to be done in the Hastinapur kingdom. But actually if we see Bhishma Dev's prayers, we understand what his heart was. He knew everything is done by the Supreme Lord in the form of time. And he's standing there. Bhishma Pitama is pointing out to Krishna and he's telling all Pandavas, look at him, he is the doer. Means whatever he did, he was simply executing the will of the Lord, not considering what people will think of him. For ages now, people will misunderstand Bhishma, he doesn't worry about it. He is thinking, let me please Krishna. Mahanta swabhavei tarite pamar, nija dukha vignadi na kare vichar. The great soul, the symptom of love is when Pragad premere swabhavachar, nij dukh vignadi na kare vichar. Pragad prem means intense love. When somebody has intense love for God, he doesn't consider what is inconvenience to me. He always thinks how I should do some service to the Lord. Like we see even Madhavendra Puri in Chaitanya Charitamrita, this beautiful pastime comes where Gopal asks Madhavendra Puri that I am feeling so much heat in this summer and I need chandan. So can you bring chandan for me from Jagannath Puri, Malaya Chandan? And he is asking Madhavendra Puri. And if you look at Madhavendra Puri's character, Madhavendra Puri never even asked food from somebody. He would fast, but he would not ask and beg alms. If somebody give naturally, voluntarily, he will accept. Otherwise, he will fast. That was Madhavendra Puri's vow. But here, Lord is asking him to bring chandan. Now, those who have done deity worship, Shodashopchar and all this worship, we know chandan is the most expensive part of that worship. Other things are simple like flowers or some dhoop, deep, nevedya and etc. But chandan is the most expensive part. So actually Lord is asking him to beg the most expensive part for worshipping him. Such a test. And he went through. He passed that test. Because he was not telling Lord, you can ask so many devotees, you don't know my vow, I don't ask anybody anything. But no, Lord's desire is more important than my desire. And therefore Lord appeared to such devotees. Lord appeared to Madhavendra Puri because he had that pure, unmotivated love for Lord. Same here. Vasudeva and Devaki, pure love for the Lord. And therefore Lord appeared to them. And as Lord appeared, yesterday Mataji was mentioning that how there were different prayers by Vasudeva. Vasudeva sees, actually Vasudeva looks at Krishna first, even before Devaki. Vasudeva had this darshan of Lord with beautiful curly hair and the yellow garments, all these descriptions we studied yesterday. And today we are going to go into Vasudeva's prayers. Very important section. Because these prayers will prepare us to enter into the pastimes of Lord which are going to come eventually from the 4th chapter. We should never think that Lord is having material body, material activities. Many times people have this doubt. You have to worship Krishna. Why only Krishna? You can select some moral god. Lord Ramchandra is very moral. Lord Shiva's character also is Ashutosh. He becomes easily pleased. If we see other demigods also their character. But Krishna, all activities are immoral. Have you not gotten a better God than Krishna? We call in India, little knowledge is a dangerous thing. When people don't know the nature of Lord and then they go into the pastimes of Lord, they will get confused. And therefore Vasudeva here is going to describe the nature of the Lord. How Lord is not product of this material world. In Sanskrit there is a phrase, Ati Parichayata Avagya. Familiarity breeds contempt. Too much closeness, you don't value the person much. But here, Lord's father, Vasudeva, is glorifying him. That means he must be special. Even closeness to Lord cannot eclipse the glory of Lord. So here Vasudeva is astonished to see the Lord. He is astonished to see the Lord because that Lord who is above all material contamination has taken birth from a womb. He appeared through a womb. And that too, he took birth from a womb. He is a child, newly born child, but he is decorated with all these ornaments and curly hair and clothes and everything. How many people can do that? Even the richest people, they are born naked. But Lord, he is having all this wonderful decoration. In 5th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, when Srila Prabhupada is describing Lord Rishabdev, and he mentions in one purport that when Lord Rishabdev would pass his stool, that would spread fragrance for miles. And Prabhupada writes in that purport that if you claim yourself to be God, first your stool should be fragrant. So actually we cannot imitate Lord. He is born with all these ornaments, curly long hair, such a beautiful attractive feature. And Vasudeva is astonished. And he is also astonished that such Lord who is above all material contamination has become my child. And he is acting as if he is fearful of Kansa and he wants my protection. That is Vasudeva's love. And that too, Vasudeva is furthermore astonished because that Lord who is not even reached by liberated soul has become child of a person who is imprisoned, who is encaged, who is bound by chains. So therefore, he wants to celebrate this victory. He wants to celebrate this occasion that the Supreme Lord has become my child today. He has appeared finally in front of me. And he wants to celebrate. But how does Vasudeva celebrate? He is bound by chains. Mother Devaki, they both are in prison. They don't have any money. They don't have people. How they celebrate? So in the mind, Vasudeva started to donate thousands of cows. He is serving the Brahmanas, serving the Vaishnavas. Big festival. That's the good thing in Kali Yuga, that if we think good things in mind, we get full benefit. But if we think bad things in mind, there is no reaction to it. Imagine if we get reaction to all the bad things we think throughout the day. How miserable our life would be. But then Lord has given this concession. And Vasudeva is celebrating this. And actually, there is a little detail to it, because many times people quote this and they become happy that, Prabhu, I am at home, I am celebrating Janmashtami in my mind. And Mangala Arati, I am celebrating in my bed, in my mind. So I will get equal benefit. But actually, when Vasudeva was released by Krishna after he killed Kansa, he actually donated those cows to the Brahmanas, which he thought during this time. So it's not that just thinking will do. That situation is when we cannot do things physically, we should at least do mentally. But the best thing is pranarthe dhiya vacha. Engaging one's life, one's intelligence, one's words, one's energy, everything in the service of Krishna. So Vasudeva wanted to do this. Actually, before Krishna appeared, he was having fear. He was fearful. In human beings, we have 4 symptoms common with animals. We discussed this in our preaching. Ahar, Nidra, Bhay, Maithunam cha samannetat pashubhir naranam. So eating, mating, sleeping, defending, these 4 things are same in animals and human beings. And out of these 4, defending is most prominent. If we look at the country's budget, any country's budget, they spend most of their money in defense. If you look at animals, even if you see a pigeon, you've seen pigeon eating some grains? He'll look like this. He'll take one grain, then again he'll look like this. So much fear. People build hospitals, why? Because if I'll get sick, I can go there. Insurance, big thing in this world. In America, I heard they have insurance for everything. Even for lawns, they have insurance. So that if somebody steps over it, the insurance company will cover. So much fear, defending. So Vasudeva was also having fear. But his fear was not for himself. His fear was for Krishna. That is out of love. That if Kansa comes, what will happen to my child? How will I protect him? When I could not protect the 6 sons previously, how can I protect this one? What can I do? And therefore Lord thought, let me show my opulence to Vasudeva. Let me show my feature of Vishnu to Vasudeva. Actually, there was no need otherwise. It's not that Lord has to come as Vishnu. No, Krishna's 2-ended form is superior to Vishnu's form. We see in Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna is saying, Lord, I don't want to see this form. Please come back to 2-ended form. So Arjuna is establishing that point that yes, Lord's Shyam Sundar form, 2-ended form is more attractive to the devotees. So actually, Lord didn't have to come as Vishnu form, or he didn't want to show that Vishnu form to Vasudeva and Devaki. But he's still showing that to relieve Vasudeva from that fear. And then Vasudeva is offering wonderful prayers. Somebody may ask that why Vasudeva is offering prayers. Prayers are the expression of love. We see even the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. even in the most difficult situations, devotees never forget to pray. Like here, Ashwatthama has released Brahmastra on the Pandavas. And Arjun, before telling Krishna or before asking Krishna what to do, he is glorifying Krishna in 2-3 verses. When does he get time? Suppose somebody shoots a bullet, if somebody shoots a gun, will we have really time to first glorify and then ask for help? It's not possible. But Arjun had that surrender for Krishna. That Krishna, you are the source of source, you are everything, this and that. And then he asks, what I have to do with this Brahmastra? Then Lord helps him. Actually, Vasudeva was thinking, Lord has come in my family. What can I offer him? If a guest comes, it is told in scriptures that we should offer our best to the guest. We should offer our own home to the guest. We should offer best foodstuffs to the guest. We should offer nice sitting place, so many things. But then it is also told that if you cannot offer this much, at least offer nice foodstuffs. If you cannot offer nice foodstuffs, at least offer him a cup of water. If you cannot offer him even cup of water, offer him a sitting place. Okay, please come and sit. This is also guest reception. But if you cannot offer even a sitting place, then at least speak pleasing words. That is niti of receiving the guests. At least pleasing words. We see Bhishma Pitama lying on the bed of arrows. All Pandavas, everybody comes. He is offering his respect through his words, receiving all the guests. In the same way, Vasudeva cannot offer anything to Lord. He is offering his prayers. So in this verse, he is telling, Lord, you are the supreme person. Because Krishna may think, my father is having so much fear of Kansa. How do I relieve this fear? So Lord shows him opulence, and then Vasudeva said, yes, you are Swayam Bhagavan. You are the source of Brahmajyoti, you are the source of Super Soul, you are the source of all Vishnu Murtis. You are the supreme personality of Godhead. But he is also having some Bhava Sandhi. Bhava Sandhi means mixture of mallows. On one hand, he feels he is my child. Let me pick him up. Let me embrace him. He is so loving. He is so lovely. He is having those emotions of affection. But on another moment, he is feeling, no, he is the Supreme Lord. He will take care of Kansa. I don't have to worry about him. I don't have to fear of anything. So these mixtures of rasas are there. So when he is feeling that he is my child, Krishna may think, Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur is giving this inside between the lines, bhavas. Vishnu Chakravarti is telling, Krishna may think that, oh my father, you know that I have been born in your house. Do you feel I am limited? Do you feel I am an ordinary child? Do you really know my truth? Krishna is asking. So Vasudeva is telling the next verse, that I know my Lord, you are the same person who is the source of the material world. You are the same person who is the source of the 3 gunas. Jai Shri Shri Radha Radhanath ki, Shri Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande. So Lord, you are the supreme source of everything. Actually, you don't have to come in the womb because you are already all pervasive. You don't have to appear somewhere. Like when Lord went to Uttara's womb to protect Parikshit. Actually, he didn't need to enter from outside to inside. He was locally present there. So he just appeared. Like king is present in every portion of the country through his energies and subjects and ministers and officers. But wherever he wants, he can come anytime. In the same way, Lord can present anywhere, anytime. There is no point of Lord's coming and disappearing. This is all just his mercy. Out of his mercy, he appears. Okay, you want to see me? See me. And when he doesn't want to show himself, he disappears. Like one time, 4 or 5 people were standing and they were looking at the setting sun and they were crying. Such a nice person, he is dying. People asked, whom about you are talking? They said, we are talking about the sun. You see, the sun is dying. He will die. Sun never dies. Prabhupada tells, sun is just disappearing for some time and he is appearing somewhere else. In the same way, Lord is appearing time to time for his devotees. And then Vasudeva gives an example. Vasudeva tells that just like material energy, Material energy is always there, but sometimes manifests, sometimes doesn't manifest. Like we see the ingredients. We have the store in the kitchen. We have flour, we have vegetables, we have rice, dal, everything we have. But when the cook take these items and cook something, was this particular bhoga offering always there? Yes, it was there in the form of raw material. But by the virtue of the cook, it appeared. In the same way, material energy was always there. By the glance of Lord, it appeared. When Lord want, disappear. So actually, it is just appearing, disappearing by Lord's mercy. So if material nature can come by Lord's mercy, why he cannot come himself? Vasudeva is giving this example. And he is also telling one more beautiful point. He is saying, my dear Lord, even though you come, how we will see you without your mercy? Our senses are so limited. Can our eyes hear? Can our ears taste? Can our skin see? It's so impossible. Our senses are so limited. Even the senses which are meant for particular object, they are so limited. Like if I dip my hand in warm water, and then I dip my hand in normal water, then the normal water will feel colder. But if I dip my hand in very freezing cold water, and then I put my hand in the normal water will feel me warm. So actually it is warm or cold. It is relative truth. So senses are so limited, they don't even perceive what is meant. The senses are meant to perceive, they even cannot perceive that thing. What is going on in the next room, we don't know. What happened with Mahaprasad, we don't know. So we are so limited. Lord is saying, how can I understand you, my Lord? It is very, very difficult. But you are all potent, you can appear anywhere, anytime, wherever you like. Like Lord Nishingadev. Who is mother of Lord Nishingadev? Who is father of Lord Nishingadev? He appeared through a pillar. Who is mother of Varadev? How Varadev appeared? From the nose of Brahma. Now nothing good comes from our nose. But Lord can appear even from the nose of Brahma. He can appear anywhere, anytime. That is the greatness of Lord's omnipresence. Like one time, one brahmachari went on preaching, and he came back from a program quite late at temple. So he came like 10:30 or 11 in night. Now, generally our devotees are so nice that they sleep immediately. If you count one, they will sleep. But this devotee, he was so tired, but still he was not able to sleep. He tried everything, he was turning and it's this and that. 1 hour passed by. So 11:30, 12 o'clock, midnight. What to do? So he thought, let me call somebody. I'm not feeling like sleeping, so let me call. Now 12 o'clock in night, whom you call? So he thought, one student who was not in touch from long time, he thought, let me call him. So he called him. And the student picked up the phone. The brahmachari say, oh, long time I didn't talk to you, how are you, this, that. They spoke. And after 5 minutes, they finished, and the brahmachari also slept. Next day, this boy came to temple. And he met this brahmachari and he started crying. So much so that he wet his dhoti by his tears. He's crying and crying. Devotee asked, what happened? Why are you crying? He said, you saved me. But I saved you? Yes. Last night I was on my computer, the boy is telling. And I was working on a project. But then all these desires of lust came in my mind, and I was going to type something nasty on my computer. I typed, and I was going to press enter, that time you called me. So after speaking to you, I lost all that desire and I studied again. That brahmachari said, it was not me, it was Lord who made me call you. So Lord can come in our life anytime, anywhere, if He wants. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur tells that to appreciate Lord's omnipresence everywhere means to appreciate Lord in each situation. We can speak, yes, Lord is present everywhere, Lord is present in my heart, your heart, in this table, everywhere. But is Lord not present in the situations coming in our life? He is also present there. So therefore devotees are always grateful. Whatever happening in my life, that is Lord's desire. Sthavara jangama dekhi, na dekhi tara murti, Sarvatra hayatar ishtadever spurti. When somebody has love for Lord, he doesn't see this is matter, this is spirit, this is moving, this is not moving. He always thinks, yes, this is the energy of my Lord. My Lord is present here. He has put me in this situation. It can never go wrong. Like our Guru Maharaj used to give one example. Like father sometimes throws child in air. And we see the child laughs. Although the tender baby is thrown in the air, he should become anxious, he should cry. But he laughs. Because he knows the father is going to catch him back. In the same way, here Vasudeva and Devaki, they are so dependent on Lord. Yes, Lord, you have kept us here, this is best for us. We see another wonderful example in 6th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, Vritrasur. Such a wonderful example. Became a demon, but still Krishna conscious. Sridhar Swami, who is the first commentator on Srimad Bhagavatam, tells, Bhagavatam is great because there is Vritrasur's pastime here. Now there are gopis in Bhagavatam, there are Nanda Maharaj, Yashoda, so many. But Sridhar Swami is glorifying Vritrasur because he was tested to extreme. Then also he was dependent on the Lord. Narayana parah sarve na kutaschana bibbati narka apavarga swargeshu api tullartha darshanam. That is the glory of the devotees of Lord. You put them in hell, you put them in heaven, you put them in moksha, you put them in Vaikuntha, everywhere they will do the same service. They will be dependent on the Lord. They have no fear. So Vasudeva and Devaki, they are happy. Next verse, Vasudeva is telling, my dear Lord, problem is with those who are in bodily consciousness. They think they are the doer, but actually you are the doer because creation, maintenance, destruction, everything is done by you. You are not on the level of us. For 3 gunas, you come in 3 guna avatars. And he tells in the verse 20, Shukla, Rakta, Krishna. 3 colors. Shukla means white. Rakta means red. Krishna means black. So you come as Vishnu to create this world. You come as Vishnu to maintain this world. You come as Brahma to create this world. And you come as Lord Shiva to annihilate this world. And he compares it with white, red and black. White is color of mode of goodness. Red is mode of passion. Black is mode of ignorance. But then Srila Prabhupada clarifies in the purport that Lord Vishnu cannot be compared with color white because he is in pure goodness. He is above mode of goodness. So Shukla here means pure. Lord Vishnu is pure. Lord Brahma takes care of mode of passion, so he is compared to the red color. And Lord Shiva compared to black color because he takes care of mode of ignorance. But these colors which mentioned by Vasudeva is just for mentioning these 3 modes, not literal meaning. Otherwise, ducks are white, but they are in which mode? Ducks are in mode of goodness? They are in mode of ignorance. Vyasadeva, the literal incarnation of Lord who wrote all Vedas, he is blackish in color, so he is in mode of ignorance? He is in mode of pure goodness. So this is just, he is explaining. So then next, Krishna may ask, Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur is telling, Oh Father, in truth you know about me. So Krishna is accepting, yes my Father, you know that I am Lord and you know my nature, I am the source of 3 modes. But if you know, then why you say that I have appeared in your house? If you know that I am all pervasive, if you know I am the source of everything, why do you think I have appeared in your house? What's your understanding about it? Krishna is asking Vasudeva. So Vasudeva is saying, Krishna, paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkrita. Why do you appear in this world? To save the saints and to annihilate the miscreants. And Srila Prabhupada very wonderfully writes in the purport that in the modern world, such precarious situation, the governments are so atrocious, just like Kansa. Lord has appeared to set this situation in the form of holy name. Kali Kale Naam Rupe Krishna Avatar. So in this Kali Kal, in this Kali Yuga, Lord has also appeared in the form of holy name. We see current situation, Russian-Ukraine war, then we see here Palestine-Israel war, then in Bangladesh recently the situation we have seen. all this situation, people many times ask that where is your Lord? He appeared for Ravan, he appeared for Hiranyakashipu, he appeared for Kansa. Now so many Kansas are going around. Why Lord is not appearing here? Lord has already appeared in the form of holy name. This Hare Krishna movement is giving that solace to whole world. Prabhupada is mentioning. It's the only hope for the world. If we distribute this holy name, all problems can be solved. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Now Krishna heard, okay, I appeared to kill Kansa. Krishna says, no father, Kansa will not kill me. Vasudeva says, why? Why Kansa will not kill you? Krishna is saying, because he will be overcome by my sweetness. Madhuradipate akhilam madhuram. He is the abode of sweetness. He is the personification of sweetness. So Krishna is so confident about his sweetness. He is saying, I am so sweet, my father. I am so affectionate that Kansa will also melt seeing my form. So he will not kill me, don't worry. So Vasudeva is saying, you don't know Kansa. I know him better. Kansa is an uncivilized person. He has no rasa. He has no love for anybody. He has no love for you also. So Krishna says, why do you saying like this? Vasudeva says, one who can torture his own sister on the day of her marriage, how will have any compassion for anybody else? So my dear child, don't take Kansa, in lightly. He is very atrocious. So you should kill him. You should definitely kill him. Vasudeva is encouraging. And Sukadeva Goswami afterwards continues that after seeing this love of Vasudeva for Krishna, Krishna also developed that childlike innocence in front of Vasudeva. Because Vasudeva is saying on one hand, you are the Supreme Lord, you are everything, you are this and that. And then he's saying, you don't know Kansa. Kansa is very dangerous, so you should be fearful of him. You should be very cautious how to deal with Kansa. So Krishna understood actually his love has overpowered his knowledge. Like we went to beach yesterday and we saw big rocks. And then big waves come and they cover the rocks. So although the rocks are so big and they are so natural for eyes to see, but then the big waves can cover the rocks. In the same way, knowledge of the Supreme Lord is so obvious. Mother Yashoda don't know Krishna is God. She knows. Nanda Maharaj doesn't know, she knows. But they don't care if he is God or not. Gopis know he is God. Gopis are telling in Gopi Geet, Akhil Nakala Gopika Nandano Bhavan Akhila Dehinam Antaratmadrik. My dear Lord, you are not the son of Devaki, you are not son of Nanda Maharaj, you are not son of Yashoda, but you are the same Supreme Lord who is sitting in the hearts of all jivas. But our acharyas give another purport to this. Our acharya says, actually Gopis are telling out of love. This statement also they are telling out of love. They are telling Krishna, Krishna, you cannot be son of Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj because they are so soft-hearted and you are so hard-hearted that you have disappeared from our vision. So the love overpowers the knowledge. And here Krishna understood that yes, love has overpowered, and therefore Vasudeva is speaking like this. And seeing Vasudeva's love, Devaki also got the same mood. Devaki is saying, what shall I do? Vishnu Chakravarti is telling, what shall I do? This child, identifying himself as God, has no fear for Kansa. Devaki is telling, he is thinking himself as God. Like sometimes some small children, they pose themselves as policemen and they go around. So mother knows he is not police, I have to take care of him. In the same way, Devaki is telling, this boy, this child is thinking himself God. He should be fearful of Kansa, so let me hide him. Let me do something to protect him. This is Krishna's wonderful pastime. So from next verse, tomorrow we will hear how Devaki is offering prayers to Krishna out of her love for Krishna. And these are Krishna's pastime which churn the emotions of his devotees more and more. Otherwise, if we go by logic, Krishna can come like Lord Nrsimhadev and just kill Kansa and everybody, settle everything in one day and go back. But when he does these pastimes, then he churns the emotions of devotees more and more. And he not only churns their emotions, he drowns his devotees in the nectar of love. Ananda Kunde, Nimajjantam. Nimajjantam is completely drowning the devotees in the love, in the affection of Krishna Prem. जय श्री श्री राधा राधानाथ की जय, श्रीमन चैतन्य महाप्रभु की, ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की, निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे, हरे बोल। Hare Krishna. Nishinganand Prabhu, you want to add something? I'm very fearful to speak in front of you. You're such a scholar and no. Shri Hari Prabhu, to add something. Bhakti Prem Maharaj, who is leader of our community in Ujjain, I told him that I am going to Durban, and he was mentioning that you go to learn, don't go to teach. And here I am in crisis because I am sitting here, I am not learning. And then he asked me who all will be there, so I mentioned devotees. And then I also mentioned Nishingananda Prabhu will be there. And he said, Nishingananda Prabhu, when I purchased Srimad Bhagavatam, he gifted me Bhagavatam. He was giving Bhagavatam class in Mayapur. So when I touched Bhagavatam for first time, Maharaj was telling, Nishingananda Prabhu was already giving Bhagavatam classes in Bhagavatam, in Mayapur. So he's so senior to me. So hearing all this is, I'm becoming very nervous day by day. But please forgive me for my arrogance on speaking in front of you. And please bless me that I can learn in the company of wonderful Vaishnavas here. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Hare Krishna.